We start today with Blueprint newspaper, and the big lead on the front page there. Tinubu explains insecurity in the north. Bandits kill Sokoto Varsity DVC. Look at the riders. 35 abducted in Zamfara. President warns ideological mischief countered. Be ready to challenge gunmen. Sultan charges subjects. So there you go, that perspective right there on the front page of the paper here this morning, talking about security as they also are reviewing their strategies this morning. All right, so Vanguard newspaper next. NCDC declares cholera emergency, sets up measures. There's a big lead there at the bottom strip. Rivers crisis, ex-LG chairpersons flout police order, staged protests. Daily Trust, Shetima to Sokoto government. Sultan must be guarded jealously. That's how the report here this morning. The Daily Times, purchase of new presidential jets insensitive profligate, says PRP. Daily Independent still goes back to the cholera outbreak. Death toll rises to 53 across 31 states. Cases soar to 1,528. That's how the paper reports today. But Nigerian News Direct talks about Dara meeting, mixed reactions trail Atiku, El-Rufai, Modu Sheriff's visit to Buhari's residence. Nigerian Tribune has a different perspective. Southern governors unveil 5-point agenda for region's development. That's how they also have that story of NCDC at the bottom strip. But look at New Telegraph. Epidemiological evidence. NCDC declares public health emergency on cholera. And then The Guardian, delisting firms, they're focusing on a different matter entirely. Shareholders, 130 billion naira trapped in SEC Finance Ministry 5 years after. That's how The Guardian reports here today. Then the Nigerian Observer, Nigeria needs more agri investments to boost economic growth. Subscribe to an envoy, so you might want to have a look at that. So those are some of the highlights this morning.
Well, I'm looking at the papers this morning, and to be very honest, I want to be I don't want to say mischievous, but I want to start with something a little lighthearted. But this story staring at me in front page of the New Telegraph doesn't want me to. You know, I'm looking at this epidemic. Please let me go with my lighthearted story. Because sometimes pronouncing the word "go" is a problem. But let's try again. Epidemiological evidence. NCDC declares public health emergency on cholera. That's the big story on the front page of New Telegraph. And you see right there, places Nigeria on high risk of transmission. Impact activates EOC as death toll rises to 29 in Lagos. 53 nationwide. Records 1,528 suspected cases across 31 states as of yesterday. Enugu government urges residents to be vigilant, report symptoms. As of last week, we understand that this epidemic was already in at least 31 states of the including the Federal Capital Territory, or 31 states of the Federation already. As of today, you might want to flip inside the pages of New Telegraph to know how many states are now affected. But to see that we have people dying from something that is highly preventable, cholera, speaks to so many things. It speaks to the level of hygiene. It speaks to the level of education. People consuming products that are not labeled or have not been checked by NAFDAC. From the preliminary investigations that have been conducted in Lagos State. And so, there is a lot to worry about. The rainy season has just started, especially in intensity. And already we've recorded 29 people and over 1,528 suspected cases. It is something to really worry about. I mean, to be very honest, my initial peak was Davido and Chioma's thrilling love story on the front page of Vanguard. But when you look at the severity and the gravity of what we're looking at on the front page of New Telegraph, it really gives you cause for concern, and you're wondering, do we really see this as an emergency? It's a good thing that the NCDC has now raised the alert level to a public health emergency. I'm wondering whether the state governors, those who gathered in Katsina yesterday talking about security, those who gathered in Abeokuta yesterday, the Southern Governors Forum, was this one of the issues that they discussed, this issue of cholera and how, it is spreading and how they can actually do something about it so that cholera becomes a thing of the past in our respective states. Chimney.
Well, yeah, or just, well, the other item, the front page of Nigerian Tribune here this morning, yes, it's not that big story, but the one beneath it, which is where they were talking about how we killed retired Army General ascribed to suspects on the front page of Tribune. So the FCT Police Commissioner, they did arrest those suspects, paraded them, and then, yeah, he also did say that we're going to go ahead and recover the pistols. So, and you could see that the POS machines that were displayed by those, so it's something that has been happening for a long time. And sometimes we question how the security agencies approach their jobs, wherein you see another official coming, he's getting more results than the previous ones, the same force, the same personnel, and you just wonder. But of equal importance here, guys, is all of these estates that we do have. And this is the same syndicate the police say.
With POS.
Yeah, that's POS.
With
the police
POS
say,
machines.
Absolutely. And these same people, they say they had collected 400,000 naira and 300,000 naira from another livestock estate resident and things like that. So all those estates that people have, and you have those persons who are supposed to be security agencies, I think they need to just spend a little more money to ensure you improve the security in those estates. And you need to pay attention to that, because I don't know what people can do without security. Don't just rely on the regular Joneses you get outside to just stand at your gate, open it and shut it down. If you look at what's going on there, these chaps are thinking. So should you.
Indeed.
They're doing so much. They're investing their time, their resources, their energy to do something untoward. Why won't we all? Why shouldn't we all? So,
Traveling, one of the things, seeing those POS machines, just, something just sparked in my head. Do you know that whenever it is, you have a complaint against something that's you've been extorted via a POS machine, it is very difficult to trace.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult to trace. And I think that is a problem that the bank should take up. Whenever it is a fraud is committed from a POS machine or through a POS machine, I think that banks should find a way to ensure that they can actually trace those POS machines to the people whom they actually gave them to.
I hate to burst your bubble, but some of those bankers own those POS machines
indeed.
Out there.
Oh, they're part of it sometimes.
So you see why when government agencies want to take a certain decision, some people will just keep yelling and shouting, not knowing why that shout is coming from or where it is coming from. Some people actually sponsor all of those things. So sometimes when you actually see the reasons why this has happened, you'll be shocked. You think it's altruistic, but it is not. That's why we always tell people, look beyond the headline. There's always a story behind the story. So many things going on behind the scenes, and so many things that the CP and co did say in that particular thing that we all should pay attention to. Yes, we'll be talking about security, of course, as we pick up here this morning, but we really need to do way much more than we're doing this morning. All right, so that said, we will be back in just a moment and take you through what we've got for you today, so stay on with us.